Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing the third episode of season 1 of Turn of Cabbages and Kings. So yeah. So yeah, Turn of Cabbages and Kings, third episode, season 1. So yeah, before I actually start the review, for those who haven't seen this episode yet, I recommend you stop this video, watch it, and then come back here, and watch this video. Because honestly, in my opinion, this may be the best episode so far of the series. So yeah, 10 seconds as usual, starting now. Okay, so yeah, 10 seconds are up. So for those who haven't seen it yet, don't complain down in the comments below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because I did. So yeah, as I said before, this may be the best episode so far of this series, third episode. So yeah, now let's find out why. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, in this episode, you basically get the official development, the official, I guess, episode or introduction to America's first spying. You have all these. Basically, you have nearly every single character in this episode either carrying messages or receiving messages, delivering secrets, gossips, or whatever. People are not well. The redcoats are wondering who is traitors, who's spying and all that. They're wondering as to who to arrest, and yeah. And that's basically the synopsis. I mean, you do have a subplot with this one redcoat. I don't really think they gave him a name. I don't think so. But yeah, you have this one this one red coat. He's basically delusional. Basically, he's like laughing his ass off at the randomest shit. It's pretty funny. This red coat is really funny. And basically just wants to get himself killed and his capturers killed. And also, this is more of a subplot. And there's these few unnamed men, group of brothers at the end. You find out that are basically want them all dead because of what's about to happen. The revolution or the upcoming war that's going to happen full scale, basically. So that's more of a subplot, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, as I said before, best episode of Turn so far. Third episode. I mean, the characters finally they're not they're finally a bit likable. Most of the characters are either the characters I thought that were kind of unlikable. I finally find them likable. A lot of character development's another thing that really plays into the rate here. I mean, the characters finally get a bit more fleshed out. I think the most we've seen so far in the series or the first season. So it is pretty cool to see that the characters are getting a lot of character development. More fledged out, however, and they're finally becoming more and more likable. The comedy, it does seem like the writers who did this are showing that they could also be even though it is a serious time period, they could also be a bit comedic, and they really do bring the comedy in this episode. I mean, it's not really appropriate at the same time, but it is pretty funny. I do like it. So it does kind of lighten the humor and the atmosphere of the show so far. There was this kind of small shootout towards the end, which I did feel kind of it was longer than it should have been. But then again, there was commercials and there were a few more scenes towards the middle. So if you just put the whole battle, it was about 5 to 6 minutes. Even still, I do think that is a bit of a stretch for that war, but it was still a pretty, not war, but that small battle. But I still think that was pretty cool shootout to see. I think one the best action scene also so far in the series, so far. So this was an incredible episode so far. Yeah, everything. This was good. I mean, the only thing I really didn't like is that there were a few scenes more towards the beginning towards the middle, somewhere around there, um, where the pacing was kind of off, and it was just really off. The scenes were a bit awkward and just didn't fit. I mean that that does detract from the school the rate, and those things I really didn't particularly liked. I felt like they're filler, but besides that, this episode was incredible. It delivered on nearly everything else. The writing is getting better, so is the acting is getting a bit more better. This series is getting a bit more polished. The season is getting a bit more polished, a bit more better. And I think by episode 4, maybe episode 5, we'll finally see as to what this season and hopefully series could end up being. So yeah, that's basically it. Except for the rate, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I have to give this an 8.75 out of 10. I mean, just some scenes that didn't really fit, but besides that, everything else is fantastic. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Remember to subscribe. I also do reviews for Turn. Check out the previous review and the next review for next week when I post it. Review the series. Also review The Walking Dead and Helix. So also stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be I also have to review Salem, which I watched, but I need to review it pretty soon. So I'll probably rewatch it too. So that's another series that I'm gonna be reviewing. So definitely stay tuned for that. Besides, I also review comic books and other TV shows and movies. So also stay tuned for that. So now in the comments below, what are your thoughts on Turn so far? Do you like it? Do you hate it? And what are your thoughts on this episode and so far? The 3 episodes so far we've had Pilot, Who by Fire, and of Cabbages and Kings. Which is your favorite episode so far? Of Cabbages and Kings has to be my favorite so far. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Turn? The series or season so far, and what's your favorite episode of Turn so far? If you've been keeping up with the series, or season, so yeah, that's basically it for now. Remember to subscribe, comment down below, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. Check out the previous review and the next review once I post it, and that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.